This translates to about 23% of the annual budget of Uganda and 44% of the domestic revenue collected in Uganda. 44% of the taxes collected in Uganda are lost to corruption.
To say this, Mrs. Betty Kamya was at the Uganda Media Center on July 11th, where she addressed the press as part of the commemoration of the African Anti-Corruption Day 2023 under the theme, Strategies and Mechanisms to Reduce the Cost of Corruption in Uganda. The IGG indicated that her office is committed to mobilize citizens to own war against corruption and take the lead in it by enhancing public awareness about the cost and pain of corruption.
The Inspectorate of Government has committed to mobilize citizens to own the war against corruption and to take leadership in the war. To achieve this, the Inspectorate of Government has purposed to co-opt all Ugandans in the war to combat corruption by enhancing public awareness about the cost and the pain of corruption. And this is intended to stimulate and instigate the wananchi to despise, to detest, and to reject corruption.
She added that under this strategy, the Inspectorate will recruit all citizens at all levels to be ambassadors of anti-corruption. They will be trained to identify all forms of corruption and expose it other than being bystanders. She further stated that the law gives 5% to anyone who gives information about corruption that directly leads to saving money.
Under this approach, the Inspectorate will recruit all citizens at all levels to be ambassadors of anti-corruption. They will be trained to identify all forms of corruption and expose it rather than be bystanders, because the public are the victims, are the main victims of corruption. This approach will also focus on prevention through advocacy, education, and community.
She provided contact information of reporting corruption cases for all individuals to send information, recorded conversations, photographs, and other details. The African Anti-Corruption Day was established by the African Union and adopted by the African Union Convention on Preventing and Combating Corruption in Maputo, Mozambique in 2003. Its primary objective is to reflect on the efforts made by member states to combat corruption. According to the Transparency International Research in East Africa, between 2019 and 2022, Rwanda has been performing well with an average score of 51%, Tanzania with 38%, Kenya with 32%, and Uganda trailed at 26%. Burundi and South Sudan came last with 17 and 13 respectively. According to the report, Uganda loses close to 10 trillion every year in both direct and indirect corruption, which translates to 23% of the annual government budget. Davis Senchindu, live at 8.